Thank you for attending the LAZERTE Open House. This presentation hopes to help you answer some commonly asked questions regarding pre-enrollment. For example, we'll talk about how to enroll at LAZERTE for current EPSB students and for students new to EPSB. We'll talk about who gets in and what that process looks like. We'll talk about what to expect at LAZERTE once you get here. We'll also look at high school course progressions and how students move through high school. And finally, we'll have a look at high school graduation. First off, for current Edmonton Public School Board students, parents must use their school zone account, navigating to the Next Year tab to choose their desired school for next year. This function is available only on the parent or guardian account from March 8th until April 15th. So parents, you must be the ones to choose using your account. Students are able to choose whatever school fits their needs prior to April 15th, but may be limited to schools with space available after that time. So make sure that you go on to School Zone, use the Next Year tab, and choose the school that you desire most between the dates of March 8th and April 15th. After you've chosen your next school using School Zone, the next step will be to ensure that you've submitted the appropriate paperwork and chosen your classes for next year. Typically, LAZERTE staff are in contact with staff from the following schools to arrange for this process. So if you attend one of the schools listed here, please know that the paperwork will be sent out by your school administration and teachers, and a due date will be given with which to return it. They will help students in their selection of classes and in turning in the paperwork to LAZERTE staff. You can expect to find 3 things come home with you from your junior high. One will be the Student Expectation and Responsibilities form. One will be the FOIP and Media Consent form. And one will be a Teacher Recommendation form, a place where teachers in junior high are currently recommending which classes students should take to start at LAZERTE next year. This is in regards to their 4 core subjects: English, Math, Social, and Science. And then on that form, you'll also find a place for students to list which option classes they hope to take for next year. To help inform that choice of which classes to actually pick, I encourage you to engage with staff in this online open house today and check out all of the programs that are available here at LAZERTE. This will help you make an informed choice and help you choose classes that are best suited to your child. All of that information will then come back to LAZERTE staff, and we will input that information into our computers, hoping to schedule your child in the classes that they've chosen for next year. If your child is new to EPSB, the process for them will be a little bit different. You can navigate to this website at epsb.ca to find all the information you need to get enrolled for next year. This is mostly a digital process. They list all the information you need and tell you which documents to submit and what to do. Once you've submitted your electronic application, the receiving school, in this case us at LAZERTE, will receive a notification. Once we receive your application, we'll contact you with next steps for choosing classes for next year. Commonly, we get asked, who gets in to LAZERTE after the pre-enrollment process takes place? It's important to note that we only have a limited space here at LAZERTE, and so there are a few rules that govern who gets in. First, we must accept students who reside in our address area and who are considered residents of EPSB. Second, we accept siblings of our current students coming into LAZERTE. So, we accept students who are coming in that currently have a brother or sister registered at LAZERTE and they plan to be back at LAZERTE next year. Third, we accept students that are registered in a Mandarin bilingual program and intend to continue studies in the Mandarin bilingual program in high school. Once we've admitted students from these three categories, we then open up the doors to students who don't fall into these categories. This is often done through our random selection process. We're first obliged to accept students from these three categories. Then, if there are remaining spots, we open the doors to others that have applied. So, it's important that you apply even if you don't feel like you meet one of these criteria. If we have too many students apply and not enough spaces to accommodate them all, we first admit the ones in these categories. We then raffle off the remaining spots to other applicants who don't meet these criteria. So it's important to apply even if you feel like you don't meet these criteria. Chances are you still might get in. We know that this process can sometimes be a little bit stressful and confusing, so please remember that we're here to help you out. You can find a lot of information at LAZERTE.com and then going under the Student Services and Registrations tab. Additionally, if you would like to speak to somebody, you can call us at the school at 780-408-9800 and dial extension 3117. In concluding this How to Enroll at LAZERTE portion of the presentation, please consider these dates and deadlines. Remember that new to district applications are now open on epsb.ca. Remember that as of March 8th, School Zone opened for parents to go on, look for the next year school indicator, and choose LAZERTE for their child for next year. Remember also that this must be done by April 15th. This is especially important for parents who are applying from outside of our address boundaries and who don't meet the sibling or the Mandarin bilingual rules for admission. This is a necessary step to be included in the random selection process if you live outside of our boundaries. So please remember to go on to School Zone and choose LAZERTE by 4 p.m. on April 15th.